Today we're talking about our December Universal and Disney World trip, what went wrong, what went right, and what you guys can learn from our mistakes. You ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm Cal.
I'm Amberlynn.
And you're watching
The Adventure Gateway.
How are you doing today, Amberlynn?
I am good, Calfoti. How are you?
I'm feeling sad that we're not in Disney World right now. Or
well, yeah.
Florida.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's normal. But we do have another trip coming up.
Yeah.
That's a different episode, though. Today, we're talking about the aftermath of our trip to Florida. We talked about our pre-trip, everything that we thought could go wrong, that would go right, and now we have the results. And let me tell you, some of it went wrong.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't remember?
No.
It's been too long. Well, we had a good time overall. There was a few hiccups in the road that, didn't exactly go according to plan, which is normal for any theme park trip, to be honest with you. But if you're ready, let's dive right into our first day.
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
All right. From our previous episode, we started on Friday. And the reason we started on Friday, specifically Friday night, was because we were staying at the airport. Because we had an early morning flight. And how did you think that went, Amberlynn?
It went pretty well. I liked that.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
I would say it's only worth it if your hotel is within the airport. It was really nice being able to wake up, get dressed, walk out the door, and literally be in the terminal.
Yeah.
Ready to go through security. And that actually saved us because we were running behind today. And I feel like if we had to wake up early and drive to the airport and get through all that early morning, there could have been potential for missing our flight because the airport, being that it was December, there was a lot of holiday travel.
It was very crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very crowded. So that was December 1st into December 2nd. December 2nd, we flew out in the morning to Orlando. And how was the flight?
It was nice. I read a lot.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's pretty standard for you, right?
Yeah.
Another side note is I paid, I think it's $20 extra per person. On Southwest, you can have an early bird check-in, which pretty much means you don't have to wake up 24 hours before on the dot and check into your flight. And the reason that's so crucial with Southwest, anybody that's flown Southwest is before, they know that if you don't check in right on the dot, you're getting a C boarding group, which means you are getting a middle row middle seat. And you are
not sitting next to your person.
No. So if that's important to you and you have an early morning flight like I did, it might be worth upgrading. Like I said, I think it's around $20 a person per way. I thought it was worth every penny just to have the peace of mind. I woke up way after the 24 hours for check-in because I knew I had this early bird thing. And I got the earliest boarding group that I think I've ever gotten flying Southwest. I got into A. It was A50, but
it was A, nonetheless.
We were one of the first people on the plane compared to B group and C group. We had no trouble finding a spot to sit. But we got to Orlando, and we weren't going to Disney World.
We were going to McDonald's.
No.
No?
We didn't go to McDonald's.
No? Where'd we go?
Did you know that one of the largest McDonald's is in Orlando, though?
That doesn't surprise me.
They serve pizza.
Ew.
Yeah, at McDonald's.
No.
I don't know. We've never been there.
Florida
obviously.
pizza is already weird.
Yeah. Well, Disney pizza is already weird. It's not Florida. We haven't we're getting sidetracked. Yeah, so we weren't going to Disney World. We went to Universal. And how did that go?
It was fun.
We took an Uber over. So for this purpose, we were just staying one night at Endless Summer Dockside, the Endless Summer Resort's Dockside. And what was your first impressions of this?
It was cute.
Cute. It was clean.
Yeah, it was nice. It was clean.
It smelled nice.
Yeah, it felt on the newer side. Is it a newer hotel?
It is one of the newest
Felt very clean.
if not the newest. I'm pretty sure it might be the newest hotel on Universal property.
It just had that new feeling.
Yeah. Also, side note, 2025 in February, we are staying opening night at the new Universal hotel that is themed to like a universe, which is part of like the new Epic Universe thing coming out. So 2025, end of February, I forget the exact date, but we know where we will be, along with every other influencer that loves Universal.
I can't even say that that's super far away because that's next year.
Yeah, I mean, we're in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's literally a little over a year away.
Huh, that's crazy.
But yeah, so first impressions of Endless Summer was it was quaint, it was cute, it wasn't like, oh, like overly impressive, but it was clean, and that's all you can really ask for in a hotel. Anything above that, your standards are high. And let me remind you, I think we paid for this night $120 with tax.
That's not bad.
Around $120. And on their website, they say that Endless Summer actually starts at $99 per night.
Huh.
So you can actually technically, on the lowest season, probably during the week on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, you can get this resort for under $100 a night. For what it is, it's an extreme value. Universal describes this place as unwind and an escape that's extra affordable. Inspired by sand, sea, and breathtaking sunsets, this retreat has a coastal vibe and comes with all the fun and convenience of staying with Universal, including awesome theme park benefits. With plenty of standard rooms and spacious 2-bedroom suites that sleep 6, it's a great spot for families of any size to base their Universal vacation. So, what's included as far as theme park benefits? What they're pretty much saying, and the theme park benefits that every Universal hotel gets, is an hour extra early into the theme parks, mostly Islands of Adventure. At times it's Universal Studios, but you get that early access into Islands of Adventure, which includes the Wizarding World and Velocicoaster. And I believe that's it. There might be some other things too. We didn't stay in a family suite this time, but I've seen videos of it and they're pretty nice. I wouldn't exactly call it a 2-bedroom. It's more like a 1-bedroom with a living room, or like a standard hotel room with an extra bedroom. Either way, it sleeps 6. I would say probably very comfortably. And you get a little kitchenette and a couple other. You get a little nice dining table that sleeps 4. But for our purpose, and I would say even up to 4 people, I would feel comfortable. And square footage wise, it feels about the same as like staying at a Pop Century room.
Yeah.
That's one thing to note, specifically with Endless Summer, but typically with Universal in general, because they have such a smaller square footage space, or I should say not square footage, but acreage, compared to Disney. They kind of had to parcel out and be unique about where their hotels are. And even the Epic Universe area will be separate from the rest of Universal. Like there won't be any walking to Epic Universe unless you're staying at one of the resorts that are near Epic Universe. Otherwise, you're taking a resort shuttle to that area. So that's the one disadvantage, I guess, if you would call it that, of Universal, is it's more compact, but it's parceled out, especially when you're talking about Endless Summer. Food-wise, talking about Endless Summer, you have the main food court, which is called Pier 8 Market, and we had one meal there. What was your thoughts on it? Well, you got the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You got pizza.
I made the mistake of getting pizza.
And yeah,
I don't know what they do, but that cheese is not...
It's not, I don't know if it's like a mozzarella blend, so it almost tastes like there's some cheddar. There's some cheddar in there, or maybe some American cheese.
No, I don't know what they did to it, but that is not pizza.
I'm not like 100% sure what's going on with the pizza, but I had like a turkey club kind of thing.
Yeah, you got the right thing.
And I have no complaints about it. The fries were good, seasoned well. You'll find as far as I've seen and our experiences, none of this food is gonna like blow you away, but it's going to be on par with the Disney food court, if not elevated slightly, because they give you real plates, and
there's more options.
There's more options, and there's a lot more options actually especially for the size of this place. Plenty of tables, plenty of chairs. But what's nice about these value resorts is the food options not only are elevated, but there's more options for hanging out, for drinks. First of all, pretty much, if not all of the Universal hotels have a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Inside, which just puts it on above the value resorts at Disney. Don't get me wrong, I love the value resorts at Disney, but in the morning, you're not going to find a lot of options for coffee or beverages of breakfast nature, because you're resorted to the food court, and you have offerings from Joffrey's, which is not that bad, and you actually can get a shaken Jamaican cold brew if you guys are into cold brews. That's what I usually get if I have to get coffee.
I get the chai tea latte
at a Disney Value Resort, but not at the Value Resort. You have to go to a Joffrey stand for the chai tea latte.
That's
correct. What I'm saying. Is it right inside your resort? There's going to be a Starbucks at Endless Summer, which elevates it above a Disney Value as far as offerings go.
For the sheer convenience of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a line. There's always a line at Starbucks, and you can't mobile order from the Starbucks app, so be prepared to actually wait in the line for that. But also there is a lounge inside of the lobby at a Value Resort.
Yeah, it's great there.
That blows my mind. Right inside the lobby, I mean, it's elevated. It's nice. It's not cheap. It doesn't look cheap. It looks like on par with a moderate, I would say. And the lounge, we didn't have a chance to try the cocktails, but I've heard decent things. I mean, I looked at the menu. None of the cocktails are going to blow you out of the water as far as offerings go, but it was a full bar. It had tons of good options, and for like anybody that has to wait for their room, I find nothing wrong with that.
But can I point out that we didn't actually wait for our room. We got it right away, which never happens.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you to the team member who made this happen. I don't know if it's just because we were there for one night and it was just a quick in and out for them. They just happened to have a room available, but we arrived, I want to say 10:30, 11 o'clock, and our room was ready.
Yeah, that was crazy for me.
Yeah, normally, I mean, I think the earliest we've ever gotten our room anywhere in the theme park universe has been like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. maybe.
Yeah.
And that's still technically early because check-in is at 3 or 4 o'clock. So to have our room ready then was absolutely everything we needed, because we didn't want to wait in the lobby. We just needed some rest because we knew we had a long night.
Yeah.
But on top of these two offerings, they also have two different pool bars. They have a pool bar and what they call a beach bar with plenty of seating, plenty of tropical vibes. We walked around, we saw everything. It was a great place to chill, hang out, especially if you're there for a long week. I would have no problems, wasting a day there. Just hanging out.
Oh, it'd be great. It would be so relaxing.
Yeah, and pizza delivery. You can get pizza delivered to your room.
I don't know about
that. But that pizza could be different from the personal pizzas.
I'm nervous to try any other pizza in Florida.
I know, but we won't go into that. But yeah, so there's plenty to offer here. Of course, you have your standard amenities that come with every hotel. You also have a car rental place if that's something you need. Inside the hotel, you also have, a game room and things like that. And as far as the way the hotel's laid out, it's laid out pretty conveniently. I wouldn't say it's like massively big like maybe Cabana Bay. I mean, there is 2 towers, so there is some walking involved when it comes to trying to find your room. But I don't think you'll have too much of an inconvenience getting to your room once you're there.
Yeah.
And of course, so the one drawback and why this is so cheap is because you have to take a shuttle to Universal. There is no walking. Although, I looked, and I feel like you can probably... There's crosswalks, and it's sidewalks all the way to the entrance of Universal. So, maybe you can walk. It's just a long walk.
Yeah, and do you really want to walk even more in Universal? Why not just save your steps for when you're actually in the park?
Yeah, and I think, well, shuttles, and we'll get into this, with our review of Riverside, but shuttles at Disney sometimes can be inconsistent just because of the sheer size of these resorts. Disney's, in general, the bus drivers are doing the best they can. But with Universal, they're picking everybody up from, again, a smaller acreage and plopping everybody in the same location in City Walk, and everybody just goes the same way. Mm. So they have the advantage of their shuttles are very efficient, and they don't have to drive very far. And they're boom, 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 very efficient. So I don't, I prefer the option of being able to walk to our destination.
Yeah, because some days you feel like that.
Yeah. But in general, you're not going to have a problem with the shuttles. So that might be a drawback for some people, but I was worried about that because when I'm at Universal, I like the ability to be able to walk, like I just said, but for us, this was not an issue. Mm. And overall, Endless Summer gets a 5 out of 5 for me.
You sure about that?
What do you think? Why?
You're not going to tell them what happened?
What happened?
In the room?
Oh. Forgot about that. Well, yeah, maybe a 4 out of 5, actually. Yeah, so... I don't know if this is because I don't know. We forgot to put the Do Not Disturb sign on the door when we first got there. And I think everybody knows where this is going. But we walked in our room. Again, it's 11 o'clock, maybe 12 o'clock at this point. Somewhere, it's before noon. So the maids are everywhere, working hard. The housekeeping is working real hard, as they do. Our room is ready. We walk right in. We're settling down. And we just had a long flight, So I had hopped in the shower. I walked out of the room, and I was getting dressed. And boom comes the maid. No knock.
And Cal just goes, boom, on the floor.
I had to dive onto the bed to save this woman from seeing me with no clothes on.
In all your glory.
Yeah, so, I mean, I get it, but really, you're not even gonna knock? There was no knock, knock, knock.
Nope.
Hello, housekeeping, and then maybe open the door. It was straight up, just, boo, I'm coming in.
Here I am.
And then she went, oh, and closed the door, of course, but... Yeah, because she knew, she saw there was people in there and she just left.
I don't think she saw you.
No, I don't think she did. But, it was, thank you for reminding me of that. It is funny, but, I'm not going to fault Universal for that because that's just human error.
Yeah.
Maybe a miscommunication of, not knowing that there was going to be a person in there. Yeah, I don't know how all that system works, so I'm not going to blame anybody for that.
Yeah.
But you're right. That I am going to deduct a point from them for that incident because it is embarrassing. But it's not happens. A big deal. But the resort overall, besides that, the resort is a 5 out of 5. I'm sorry. I had no complaints.
Yes. Okay. I want to talk about the shower. So the showers there are incredible. The water pressure is amazing. It pelts down on your scalp and gives you like a head massage. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. I loved the water pressure there. But I don't like that the dial was facing me. I don't like being able to see my reflection while I'm taking a shower. I don't like that. And that is my only complaint.
Yeah, I didn't see what you were seeing, to be honest with you, but that's also because I don't have my glasses on in the shower.
Maybe it's just a me thing then. I don't know. But
I can't see myself through something like that when I'm in the shower because my glasses aren't on.
Oh, how nice for you.
So I'm blind in the shower.
I liked the overhead lamps on the bed and the little pull chain. It's great for when you're reading in bed, like late night before you go to sleep, and you can just...
Yeah, that was nice. I would say the decor in the rooms felt very bright, very airy.
Very beachy.
Beachy,
it was good.
Very tropical. True to its theme of being an endless summer dockside.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a skimpy lamp, you know, where it gives you like orange light and you can't really see that much. It was a good light.
Yeah. That's good. I didn't pay attention to that.
I did. Because I'm the reader.
I know. Of course, Endless Summer has their own refillable drinks that are different from the refillable drinks that you will get inside of Universal. So keep that in mind if you're going to spend a lot of time there. You know, it might be worth
getting a cup.
And the gift shop, I would say, overall, you know, you have a good selection of the basic things that from each land. Yeah, and the gift shop was every Universal hotel. The gift shop is pretty similar to one another. It's going to have a wide selection of all the lands and different items. There isn't a lot of differentiality to it, but there was some unique merch to Endless Summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was unique to Dockside or not. I can't remember that.
I heard on either the bus or somewhere in the park, people were complaining about the dockside sign and surfside sign being too similar in colors or too similar in appearance, and so people could easily get confused and go to surfside accidentally when they were supposed to go to dockside.
Wasn't that like that one? That was just that one guy at the end of the night, though, wasn't it?
He seemed pretty cranky about it. I don't know.
What was the people... There was a complaint when we were in the bus that one time. And the thing is, people in the bus, when they're in big families, they're going to find stuff to talk about.
That's true. We've heard a lot of conversations.
Yeah, I think they were complaining about the fact that check-in took so long. And that is a hit or miss, I will say. If you arrive on the earlier side, you might be able to get through check-in. It's really just a hit or miss. And that's one flaw, I would say, that Disney one-ups Universal on. And it has nothing... I think it just has to do with the fact that Lowe's Hotels and Resorts is the brand that runs Universal's hotels for them instead of Universal running them themselves. Is they don't offer mobile check-in, and that's something that one-ups Disney compared to Universal, because that ability to be able to just have the notifications on your phone and not have to wait in a long line for check-in is very convenient. And I think that's a complaint that people have about Universal, is the check-in process can be quite long. Right. But in general, we haven't really experienced this for the most part, and so far check-in, it does take some time, but it's never like an extremely obnoxious long period of time.
Yeah, I think people just need to learn patience. I think we forget that things aren't
instantaneous. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and these are all like first world problems, to be honest with you. Like the hotel overall,
we were just happy to be there.
It knocks you out of the park, honestly. So after checking into Dockside around 4:00, we headed over to Universal to get our Orlando Informer tickets to check in for the event, which was cool in itself because you got to see some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, you got to go behind the scenes and go into this room that no one else gets to go in.
Yeah, it's a huge room.
And at first you walk in, and I don't know if they were trying to make it snow or whatever, but there was
there was snow because it's holiday time, so they there's some holiday theming.
They made it snow inside the room,
but it was snow, fake snow. but
Shush.
Snope, which was really cool.
It was cool.
So the experience itself of that whole thing was really, really nice. I mean, you were just checking into the thing, but that gave you a good first impression.
And you get the wristband, and then they're like, "Oh, feel free to get some ice water with lemon and lime."
Yeah, they had nice ice water, flavored water for you to sip on, and
it's the little things.
It just gave you a good first impression about how well this event is run. And then Taylor, I forget his last name, Taylor something, the CEO of Orlando Informer was walking around, saying hi to people, making sure everything was good. And you could just tell that he cares and his team cares. And it was just a very good first impression. So we walked into the park with this, as we talked about in the last episode, you can get into the park as early as 5 o'clock. And we took advantage of this. I will say that when we do this event again, that is a mistake we will not make again. Because we burnt out way too early.
Yeah, we did.
And we'll go into this. So we get in at 5 o'clock because we hadn't been in Universal in a while. And we just wanted to take advantage of Universal.
Of being there.
So we started riding rides. The wait times weren't too bad. And we took advantage of our $15 gift card to get some drinks.
We didn't eat anything, though.
No. So we knew specifically we wanted to save all our room and for when all the food was included in our ticket, in our Orlando Informer Meetup ticket. So that night, the parks closed at 8, and the food would start at 9 o'clock. I think the drinks started, some things started before that, like popcorn and churros and things like that are more handout, ready to roll. Those started at, before 9 o'clock. And when I say I like everything, I mean like... some locations were closed, but you could just walk around as much as you want, and all the stands were open, standing up popcorn. I mean, like you want a full size bottle of Powerade? Here you go, it's included. Yeah, as many as you want.
It's crazy.
Full size bottles of water, Powerade, full size popcorns, churros, and not even talking about the restaurants. The restaurants. The restaurants will serve smaller portions. Yeah, but it's
still a lot.
I mean, and it's not like the full menu, but like everything they had to offer was amazing. Our strategy here was we wanted to obviously take advantage as much of the food as possible. But we also wanted to take advantage of this low wait times. And with us, lots of food, and with most people, I would say, lots of food and intense rides don't really mix well together. So we had a very distinct strategy so as to not make ourselves sick.
To eat in moderation.
So in our minds, we had plenty of energy, and at 5 o'clock, we got into the park, like we said. We were riding rides until, I would say, 8 o'clock. At some time between then, we had watched one of the projection shows on the castle. And then our plan was to wait until the event started and everybody was out of the park. And then we would ride Hagrid's in the dark. And then we would ride Velocicoaster in the dark. And we did that exact thing.
Oh, and it was worth the wait.
Yeah. Well, there was no wait.
No, there wasn't a wait for a Velocicoaster. There was a little bit of a wait for Hagrid's, but nothing like what it would usually be.
Yeah, and as you went into the night, the wait time actually got shorter. And I think at one point it was a ride now, or close to that, like a 20-minute wait, which if you know anything about that ride, it's at least always 120 minutes. Mm-hmm. Maybe it gets down to 65, 70 minutes. It's. I think we waited 30 minutes in total. Yeah. Unbelievable. So then we rode Velocicoaster, which was a ride now. We'd never stop moving in that line. Yeah. We just kept walking. And Velocicoaster gets a long line too, especially now that has Express Pass included. The first time we rode that, we waited over an hour.
It was worth it then, and it was worth it this time.
Yeah, and riding both those rides in the dark, elevated that experience so much.
Yeah.
If you haven't rode those rides, those 2 roller coasters in the dark, you need to right now.
It just hits different.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So, after we rode our rides, that's pretty much, leading up to that point, we had ridden everything we wanted to. And that kind of was our strategy. So, friends, if you have a lot of energy, this should be your strategy. But as you'll figure out, we burned out pretty quickly.
We're tired and old.
From 5 to 9-ish, I would say 9:30, we rode rides. And then it was time to
Eat all the food.
Go hard on the food.
All the food.
So we started in Jurassic Park. I think it was River Falls Terrace we started in.
It was chicken and corn.
Yeah, we got chicken, roasted potatoes, and the key lime pie cheesecake.
Yes. They did something to the corn, though. It was like seasoned.
Yeah, it was a very
nice.
well-seasoned corn because I think it is a bit of like a Latino-inspired because Jurassic Park is in the islands.
Oh.
In the films.
Whatever they did to it, it was amazing. I need to replicate that.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good. So then we moved on. Where did we go from there? I think we walked through Wizarding World and got ourselves a butter beer.
We got all
a couple
the
butter
different
beers.
butter beers.
Oh,
we went in the place.
So from there, we went. Where did we go?
3 Broomsticks.
We went to the 3 Broomsticks, and we had a bunch of their English UK style fare, like fish and chips, which everything here is delicious. Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Butter beer of every kind available.
A shepherd's pie.
The shepherd's pie. The apple pie.
That was insane.
It was insane.
It was like if apple crisp was a pie.
Yeah. Yeah. All the food there. Outstanding.
It was crazy good.
And then we made our way and we started to burn out already. I mean, by this point, it's probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and the park was open until 1 a.m.
I'm already not a night person, so at this point, I'm just like, is it bedtime yet?
Yeah. And, man, if I had to do it again, or when we do it again, we'll have a better strategy with the food, and we probably won't show up so early.
We just got excited this time.
We just got really excited, yeah. And, yeah, we just burned out early. So, we walked for a little bit, tried to get ourselves some more room, getting a lot of footage for the YouTube channel, things like that. Trying to enjoy the event as much as possible. I think we walked to the Lost Continent, and we got ourselves some popcorn. We got ourselves a couple full things of Powerade just to kind of make sure we were hydrated, ready to roll. I don't know why I got popcorn. Like there's like 5 minutes. There's 5 minutes where, like, oh my god, I never want to eat again.
Yeah.
And then you see free food, and you're like, all right, give me that. So we kept going, and the same thing happened. I was eating popcorn, and I'm like, I can't eat a single more thing.
I don't know why you do this to yourself. I was happily full.
And then we walked into Seuss Landing, which, might I say, always looks beautiful at night.
Oh, yeah.
And we went on the Seuss trolley train ride, which people say it's the people mover of Seuss Landing. I liked it. I like people mover better.
Yeah. It's longer. People Mover is.
You think so?
Yeah, People Mover is definitely longer.
Yeah.
It feels it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was nice. I like that ride. It's a staple of Seuss Landing, I would say. And then I was like, you know what sounds good? Green eggs and ham.
Oh my goodness.
So we got some. We went over to Green Eggs and Ham, where they were serving pizza tots and buffalo chicken tots and a couple other things. I got the pizza tots and the buffalo chicken tots. Instantly regretted it, but they were delicious. And then at this point, we were burning out really quick. But then we went to Marvel Superhero Island. That's called, right?
Yeah.
Marvel Superhero Island. Got some more footage. And did we eat anything here? I don't think we ate anything.
I don't think we did.
But at that point, we took advantage of the walkway that's between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, which is a big bonus, not having to walk through City Walk. which amazing. It takes you like less than 2 minutes to get to the other park.
Yeah, that was nice.
And I think we just walked around some more. We kind of took a little bit.
We went on the Simpson ride.
More look at the offerings. Oh, and then we went to Diagon Alley.
We walked around there for a little bit. We got some ice cream.
We didn't get on. The Simpson ride was earlier.
Oh, you didn't mention it.
Before food.
You didn't mention it.
Yeah. Well, I was, whatever. We got some ice cream. I got the peanut butter. Was it peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember what I got.
I think you either got clotted cream.
No.
Butter beer.
No.
What did you get?
It was something with strawberry.
Oh, I think you got the same thing as me then.
Oh.
Peanut butter and strawberry. Is it peanut butter and strawberries?
I think
peanut butter
so.
and jam.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's similar to that.
It was good. It was creamy.
Yeah, that one's that.
It was
that ice cream. That ice cream spot hits a spot.
And it was a good portion size.
Yeah. Wow, it's smaller than.
I liked the portion size. It was tiny.
And at that point, we really were done.
Yeah.
There was no more. But what I will say is, even just walking around Diagon Alley, amazing.
Yeah, because it's not as crowded as usual.
Yeah,
you can
barely anybody around. every ride except Hagrid's for the whole entire night, Gringotts, everything, a ride now. Every single ride was a ride now.
It was so weird to see it that way.
Just worth every penny at that point.
Yeah.
Like, if you just ate food, or if you just rode rides, either way, you are going to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like 100,000,000,000%.
Yeah, so if you're wondering if it is worth the money, it totally is.
No questions. Like, that's the end.
That's the end of that. We're done.
Like, no. Should you go? Yes.
Conversation over.
Yeah. That's it. But that was the end of the night. We took advantage of the shuttle, obviously, back to the resort, and we crashed.
Yeah, we did. We crashed hard.
Yeah. Would you do anything differently?
Well, I wouldn't have gone there that early. I would have rested up as much as possible before going and then taken advantage until the very last minute.
Yeah, honestly, I think I would have gotten my tickets early because that was kind of a long line. It moved fast, but it was a long, it took some time to get the tickets. I would have gone back to the resort, hung out, gotten there 7 o'clock at the earliest.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Or 8 o'clock, or taken a nap. I would have done, something, just taken more chill time. It's, it's the same thing with, like, just having a normal park day. You want to, like, go. But, like, something we always preach, right, is, like, you have to have
breaks.
That middle day break. And it's similar to this, where we hadn't been to Universal in a while, and we were just wanted to go. But when it came down to it, we had plenty of time. From 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. is a ton of time to get a ton of stuff done, and we could have easily showed up right at the park closing time where we could get in and everybody's leaving, and still done a ton of stuff, still eaten a ton. Yeah. So that's what we would say. If it's your one night in Universal, you've saved up for this, get in early. If you are a late riser and you've gotten plenty of sleep that day, show up at 5 o'clock and go crazy. But just keep that in mind that, at least for us, that crashing point was pretty early because we started earlier for that late of a night. Well, I bet you didn't think you were going to see future me at the end of this episode. But hi! And the reason you see me is because we decided to split this podcast up into 3 different episodes. One being our Universal part of our trip, and the second and the third being our Disney trip. Why? Because we have a lot to share, and we ramble on a bunch. And I'm sorry for that. Let us know if you like that or not. Do you like a longer podcast episode? Should we just release the 2-hour episode? Let us know. So that way, on our next trip report, we can do exactly that. If you want to hear the rest of this trip report and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notification bell so that you know when the next part of the trip report comes up. And if you're listening to this in audio form, make sure you follow our podcast and turn the notifications on so again, you know when the next episode comes out. And please let us know how you're liking the podcast by interacting with us on social media. If you've been dying to plan that Disney, Universal, or all-inclusive vacation of your dreams, please reach out. I'll make your life a whole lot easier, and the best part is it's all for free. You don't pay a dime, and your trip will be better off for it. All the links for that are in the description, or feel free to reach out to us again on social media. Well, anyways, that's all for now. I know that Emberlin's not here, but I've been Cal, and you've been watching The Adventure Gateway.